This presentation is for my class and it's all about bringing your own device management plan. What is BYOD? BYOD stands for Bring Your Own Device, and it means that students and staff may bring personal wireless devices to school for educational purposes. Of course, we can also use our devices at home and on the go as well. As your teacher, I'm expecting you to be responsible learners by using mobile devices in and outside of class. Now, let's have fun and get creative. So, what are mobile devices? What can we use as examples of mobile devices? Well, we have smartphones, cell phones, tablets, iPads, iPods, laptops, and netbooks. These are all examples of mobile devices that we will be able to use in and outside of our classroom. So I also want to open up the floor to you guys about what are your thoughts before we come up with rules, purposes, and consequences. Let's discuss it as a class. What are your thoughts on acceptable use of mobile devices? What do you think the rules should be for using mobile devices in the classroom? I know you guys are very excited about it, but we have to make sure that we have addressed and set some rules and boundaries for using our mobile devices. What would the purposes be of our mobile devices? Why would we need to use them? What are some ideas that you guys may have for using them in and outside the classroom? Are there some apps that you know about that you will be interested in us looking at? This is the time to discuss it. And as we know, along with rules, we have to have consequences. We need to know what would happen if you violate the rules for the purposes of mobile devices. Now that we've looked at the AUP agreement for Muskogee County, you will have a file of that to take home for you and your parents to sign. So what are some guidelines that we need to discuss? Students and parents and guardians participating in Bring Your Own Device or BYOD must adhere to the Student's Code of Conduct, Student Handbook, and Acceptable Use Policy and all board policies, particularly Internet Acceptable Use. As your teacher, I have the discretion to allow and regulate the use of personal devices in the classroom and on specific projects. Approved devices must be in silent mode while on school campus unless otherwise allowed by a teacher. So that means we have to always have it on silent unless I give you permission. You may also use headphones upon my permission. Devices may not be used to cheat on assignments, quizzes, or tests, or for non-instructional purposes, such as making personal cell phone calls and text messages. So when we're in school, we're not going to be using those our personal devices for phone calls and text messages. That is not permitted. Students may not use devices to record, transmit, or post photographic images or video of a person or persons on campus during school hours or during school activities unless otherwise allowed by a teacher. That means you can't record or take pictures of people unless you're given permission by me. Devices may only be used to access computer files on internet sites which are relevant to classroom curriculum. That basically means it has to be used for educational reasons. Okay, we have to make sure we follow these guidelines. Liability. That means who is responsible for this. Each user, that means you, is responsible for his or her own device, and it should be used responsibly and appropriately. Midland Academy takes no responsibility for stolen, lost, or damaged devices, including lost or corrupted data on those devices. So who is responsible? That means you are responsible. While school employees will help students identify how to keep personal devices secure, you will be responsible for securing your personal device. So you need to make sure that you have a case, that you have a cover, that you have it a secure spot at all times. Now let's talk about digital citizenship. Digital citizenship is the appropriate, responsible, and empowered use of technology. That means we need to lead and assist others in building positive digital experiences, recognize that our actions have consequences to others, participate in a manner for the common good, and of course, we have to be safe online. So all good citizens, all good digital citizens, protect private information for themselves and others. They stay safe online. They balance the time they spend online and using media. They carefully manage their digital footprint. They respect copyright and intellectual property. They stand up to cyberbullying when they see it happening, and they respect themselves and others. Let's watch a quick video about this. And here is our acknowledgement and agreement. We already have the AUP, but this one is short and to the point, and you sign and your parents sign. I'm going to provide you with a copy of the agreement, and I'm going to keep a copy stating that you understand after watching this presentation that you understand all the policies and guidelines that I've gone over with you for this year. So here are the consequences. We need to make sure we keep calm and follow the rules. Violations of the rules may result in disciplinary action, including the loss of a user's privileges to use the school's information technology resources. That means if you are not following the rules and guidelines that we've discussed, then you will no longer be able to use your mobile device. Further discipline may be imposed in accordance with the Muskogee County School District's Code of Conduct up to and including suspension or expulsion, depending on the degree of severity of the violation. So depending on what the violation is, based on the rules that we've gone over, could be as serious as being suspended or expulsion. We have to be good citizens online. And here are the references that I use for our PowerPoint and presentation about management with BYOD. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, thank you for your time. Let's have fun.